What's up, guys? So, in today's live, I kind of wanted to go into more the spiritual side that we talked about yesterday, and I've been receiving a lot of messages with a lot of questions asking about some of the authors I mentioned, just asking about this idea in general and where people can get more information about it. And I was pretty shocked, I didn't feel as bad when I first, was looking into all this information and starting to really like put it into my life and really get it into my life. It wasn't, it was only 4 or 5 years ago. So I felt not as bad, that a lot of people haven't heard about it, and I'd love to tell people more about it and to help them kind of learn how to use it in their life to be able to use it to do great things too. So there's a lot of steps and a lot of processes that each one of those authors offered, and each one has their own little way to how to access the truth or how to get to the truth, but it's all the same idea that once you understand the truth, you can pretty much just do anything that you want. And so I would love to show you kind of like the steps today with Neville Goddard and what he recommends to access the truth and how you can kind of use his program to align yourself with a frequency that is better able to allow you to obtain and receive. And that's really what it is. So first off, it's a feeling of thankfulness and being thankful, and you should always be really grateful for what you have, even where if you don't feel like you have what you want, you should be super grateful for what you do have, because that feeling of thankfulness will get you into that abundance zone and that reception mode, and what you give, you receive. So if you're giving thankfulness, then in return, whether you call it God, universe, your true self, it doesn't matter. I don't care. Whatever you do call it will in return give you a lot more than you could ever expect to receive. So it's very exciting. I tell people from the beginning, don't get too specific. Being too specific from the beginning can get problematic because you can stop yourself from attaining growth. And we'll talk about that as we kind of work through some of Neville's suggestions and kind of his little program, okay? So the first thing that Neville Goddard, now listen, Neville Goddard was a metaphysical teacher, okay? He was a metaphysical teacher in the 20th century, mid-20th century, okay? Really great guy, did a lot of speeches, went around to do a lot of speeches. He was originally from like Barbados, and he ended up in New York, all right? And he did amazing things with this whole program. We don't hear about him a lot, okay? Everyone's like, why don't we hear about him? If we heard about him, I say this, so I always do that little funny voice. If they were so good, why don't we hear about him? Well, like I've talked about in other videos, and welcome if you haven't ever been here before, but like I've talked about in other videos, they don't want you to know how cool you are, you guys. Come on, they don't want you to know how much power you actually have. If they did, then we wouldn't be living in a society like we're living in today, okay? And that's just the actual reality of it, because we would make it into something way cooler than what it is right now. All right, and that's just because we're cool people, we've got a lot of cool stuff going on, and we come together as a community, we're going to do really cool things. So we've got a lot of work ahead of us, and I'm really excited to kind of show you what has helped me in my journey. And there's not only Neville Goddard, you guys. I mentioned tons of other officers, tons of other authors in yesterday's video, and I'm going to mention even more, but my goal is to kind of go through each author, maybe like their full works, because Neville's, I literally have his full works. I'll go grab it out of my room, and I just kind of looked at the full works. His program's kind of the same and everything. So, by the way, if you're a sub, remember you get all my notes afterwards and a video recap, so don't forget about that. If you're a subscriber, you get all that, and I do my extra videos for you. Thanks, subs. Okay, but there's a lot of different teachers that you can use to learn this information, and this is Neville, and I just kind of used his whole works to access what he tells you to do, because he tells you the same thing. You only get better at it the more Neville books you read. That's what I like about Neville. You only get better at this process, okay? Okay, so let's start talking about it and what he actually says. So the first thing you want to do if you want to get better things in your life is you've got to, step 1, we've already said be thankful, but step 2, clearly define your desire, you guys. You got to know what you want. You can't just be like willy-nilly NPCing it all the time and just like go randomly with everyone else's desires. You've got to have desires of your own, and they've got to be something that you can believe in and you can get behind, because if you can't believe in them and you can't get behind them, no one else can either. So I like to start off with something that is more like a simple task for you, like a smaller goal. That's at least how I started. It was more helpful to me that way, and that's what I highly recommend. Hi, Jen. So I just highly recommend that you start with something small and something more easily attainable, okay? So you want to kind of like test your subconscious here. The subconscious is just this amazing, wonderful thing that whatever you self-imprint on there is going to just keep replaying in your mind and allow you to create the reality that you have. That was kind of the basis of yesterday's live, and so I'm expanding on that in today's live. And so what that means is if you think it, you can become it and you can have it. Okay, I talked about yesterday that right now your reality is a direct reflection of what you think in your mind. Okay, you're deserving of and getting everything that you're worthy of. And I'm sorry if that hurts anyone's feelings. I don't mean it in that way, but you are getting exactly what you deserve right now. So if you want to change the show that's happening around you, well, then change the frequency of the station that you're on, you guys. We've talked about that already before. So to change the frequency of the station you're on, hopefully most of you want to vibrate higher, which means you want to get better, right? So happy I found you. I've learned so much. Thank you, Jen. Thanks for subscribing. Glad you're here. So you want to vibrate higher to get better. How do you vibrate higher to get better? Well, you start thinking better thoughts, okay? You start controlling your thoughts in your mind more to where you're able to control these thoughts that keep happening. To do that is difficult to start off with, okay? It's a skill, you guys. The first thing you need to do is learn to control them, which means you need to be able to know what thoughts are even coming into your mind. So you need to, pay attention. What are you thinking on the day-to-day? What thoughts regularly reoccur in your mind? Are they super negative? Are they super positive? How's your life? Do you like your life? Feeling good about your life? Do you feel like you've met your goals and you have no more goals to achieve? That'd be a sad spot. I'd always want to keep working, but you need to take a look at yourself and figure out what you got going on, okay? And after you've figured out what you've got going on, you need to think, now what do I want? What do I want? And it can be health. It can be, a better relationship. It can be money, literally, okay? One of the things that they subconsciously put into your mind is that you shouldn't want money and money's bad and people that have money are bad and money's the root of all evil and all these things. Yeah, that's a subconscious trick they're playing on you. You're rerouting that thing in your mind over and over again and you're probably pretty poor. You're probably living a paycheck to paycheck, and I'm sorry about that. You can get out of that. You have the power to get yourself out of that situation. You can do it just like me, and so can anybody else as long as they put their mind to it. Our minds are incredibly powerful, okay? And we don't use them the way that we should. Is your home cold? KPD, hilarious. And my home is not cold. I was actually outside, so we have a ranch farm out here. I don't know if you're familiar with my channel, but I was outside earlier letting the ducks out and feeding the dog and cat, and I was kind of cold, and I just stayed kind of cozy. But this is actually a pretty thin sweater, but good point. So, no, it's not cold, but I feel cozy. So thanks for caring and asking about me. All right, so the point of all of this is to help you to figure out how to access that creative tool you've got inside of you, which is your subconscious mind. And like I said, your subconscious mind's been imprinted with all sorts of things since you've been really young. And you have been replaying those things over in your mind to either allow you to obtain growth or either allow you to become stagnant, all right? It's up to you, and it's up to the situations that you've been in. And just because you've been in a bad situation before where maybe you've been replaying some subconscious thoughts that aren't so good doesn't mean you can't change it now. You have all the power to change it. Every day you have a new power to change it, and you can continue and choose to change it whenever you want. You first need to realize the thoughts that you're thinking. Don't judge yourself on them. They're just kind of your thoughts. They're not you, okay? They're just thoughts. Some people call them intrusive thoughts. I call thoughts in general thoughts because I know they're not stemming from within me, but I'm on the correct vibration to be able to receive them. Now, if the vibration that I'm on is allowing me to receive thoughts that I don't want to receive, then I need to turn the channel, okay? So that's what you're going to be doing here and learning how to do that. All right, so first you define your desire, you guys, clearly define what you want to manifest. If you believe on the spiritual reality like I do, that all things are already created, no creation needs to work, you just need to manifest what's already been created, you have a much easier task in front of you, okay? So everything you've ever wanted and could thought about has already been created. It's happened in a life coexisting with yours, virtual reality, call it whatever you want. It's actually theoretical science that we're talking about today in science. So as kooky as it may sound, we are actually there in the scientific world. You should look it up. It's pretty interesting stuff. But every reality you could ever picture is already out there and already been created. It's up to you to align with that reality and choose the one you want. The current reality you are living right now, I follow, thank you, Ancient Wisdom, is one that you've created due to your past thought cycles and cycles of thought, okay? And so it's up to you to take personal responsibility for your past thought cycles and decide, do I want to keep thinking like this? Do I like this life? Do I want to keep living this way? It's up to you. I don't know. Maybe you love it. Then keep going and you're doing a really good job. Good job. Okay, but if not, you might want to think to yourself, what could make it better? And the first thing that you can think of to make it better is going to be your trajectory, all right? So once you've found your trajectory and your goal, you can kind of move forward in that direction. But before that, if you don't really know what you want, you're just going to get with what everyone else is already kind of doing around you. Kind of just mooging and flowing with the flow, and you're going to get what's going on with your subconscious, like what's been up there and been happening up there. It's just going to keep giving you what you're getting in your life until you choose to change it, all right? And give it a different sort of input. And the input that you give it is the thought that you'd like to entertain in your mind. So the more and better thoughts that you entertain, the more and better you should have is how it works. It's actually just a law. It's a scientific function. It's a reality. Your mind is the creating tool, and it allows you to create. Inside your mind, you can't just, excuse me, you can't just, it's not easy. Let me start there. We all would be doing it if it were easy. They never said it'd be easy, they only said it'd be worth it. And that's why those of us that are choosing to better ourselves are learning that by bettering yourself, you're more able to get this better tool and more better able to work this amazing tool you have called body and mind to do a lot of things that have been called superhuman in the past, right? Because we haven't fully understood them. Well, there's a lot of things that we understand now, and just like I said yesterday, your thoughts can be measured outside of your head scientifically with tools that we use. So we know that they go out of your head. They don't just stay in your head, okay? And because of that, then you start looking into vibration, and when you vibrate at a certain pace, then you know that it becomes a physical thing. All that just starts snowballing into, if I think it, it will happen. And it's not just a think, it's a think that you're concentrating on, okay? So let's go into the steps more that Neville's talking about. I almost said Edgar Casey. Neville Goddard and what he's talking about. And what he recommends, okay? So first, define your desire. Second, enter a state that's like sleep. Enter your sleep state, okay? What that means is literally you just need to meditate. You need to sit somewhere. I like to do it in my car sometimes and just don't listen to music. Just sit there in your car and just talk to yourself in your head. You're not crazy. Talk to that self. Talk to the God. Talk to whatever's inside of you, universe, true self, God, whatever you want to call it. Talk to them. Start talking in your head. See what thoughts come up. Entertain them a bit, and then delve deeper into who you are, you guys. That's your time to meditate. And when you're meditating on this specific Neville Goddard idea, the one that you've clearly defined in your mind, the thing that you want, you're going to sit there and you're going to think about it. And you're going to just be chilling thinking about it. And you're not just going to think about it, you're going to think about what it's like already having it. You're going to think about what it's like having attained that exact thing that you want. Think about it. What is that feeling? What's that like? You know, what is that? Yeah, so that's crazy. So sad news, Graham, God isn't the real God. You're going to come to find out a lot of this reality isn't what you think it is. So yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff there. There is a God, universe, well, being above us. If you don't believe so, totally fine. Not trying to change your mind. Just letting you know what I believe and what has worked for me. Please go and do you. But good luck, good luck. Okay, so anyway, so what you're going to do if you're doing Neville Goddard's steps and what you would want to do if you want to come like use your mind and become more powerful and better and just a good person that's vibrating high, you're going to partner and couple with the God inside you, the universe inside you, the true power inside yourself. And the only way to do that is when you get into a meditative state that allows you to be calm. It allows you to think clearly, and you've got to be able to control your thoughts. Why do you have to be able to control your thoughts? Well, you want to know which thoughts are the constructive ones and which ones aren't. And at the beginning, it's hard to discern. It's hard to discern because you've been so used to some of these negative thoughts that have always replayed in your subconscious. And so it's hard to be like, oh no, that's not a good one. That one's keeping me stuck, you know, and fear are usually a ton of them. Religion is super fearful, and that's why it keeps people in there so well. It's super fearful. It's a fear-based thing. And so when you want to talk about the spiritual realm, you want to talk about freedom. You want to talk about creativity. You want to talk about inclusiveness and the desire to be better, all right? And so that's what we're talking about when you raise to higher levels of frequency. And when you allow yourself to raise to those higher levels of frequency, you're allowed and then able to be able to do godlike things, okay? And they're called godlike things because we don't fully understand them yet, but they've understood it very well in the past. We are not left without any sort of roadmap to follow. This has been a roadmap that's been set a long time ago, you guys, and we were then pulled into another trajectory that kind of led us spiraling over here. Let's go back up here. There's a really cool stuff ahead of us. Okay, so you entered your state of, you're akin to sleep, right? You're just sitting there and you're chilling with your idea. You've got your ideas in your mind and you just are hanging out with them, all right? Then the next thing that you're going to want to do is think about it, just construct this scene of fulfillment in your head. Like, what happens if you get the thing you want? So let's talk about someone who's like crippled or in a wheelchair or something like that Neville talks about. And Neville's very adamant about it because he has a lot of stories in his book, which is why I love Neville, of real life situations and real life clients around him that he worked with and like experienced these things. It's awesome. His book is so cool. He has lots of books. But look into that stuff, you guys. It's crazy. So let me tell you about some of the things that he experienced and with his clients, all right? So there was people sick on their deathbed. Doctors had given them like a week to live, and Neville comes in and asks them, what do you want? And they're, sitting there, I want to be with my family. He's like, no, what do you want? And then they finally boil down to, I want health. I want to be healthy. I am healthy. So Neville starts to tell them how you do it, his construction. It took like a week for this lady I'm thinking of specifically. And there's other stories that Neville has, so go read. And if you've read them, let's go. She's literally like, I want health. And he's like, no, you no longer want it. You have it. Say, I am healthy. Believe I am healthy, and she said and believed. And it's a hard, you guys, it is a mind game. Your mind power's got to be on point. Your mind power's got to be on point. And that's why you get like these superhuman things and these superhero things. Yeah, it's hard. It doesn't mean it's impossible. It's hard, but it's you can do it, you guys. You can totally do it. I'll tell you more about my story later, but holy cow, it's crazy. So anyways, this lady starts thinking, I am healthy, I am perfect, I am healthy, I've got it, my body's strong, I am strong. And just like in the Bible, a lot of things that Neville will talk about is he relates back to the Bible, because the Bible's there as a guide, so watch out what you get stuck on there. But it's there as a guide, and it'll say things like, let the weak man say, I'm strong. Let the weak man say, I'm strong. It talks about the head game that we have and the ability that we have to control this thing in our subconscious mind. And we've been told one thing about it, you guys. We've been told one thing. Yes, I understand that. But I'm telling you another. Okay, I'm telling you another. I'm not saying yours is right or wrong. I'm just saying you've been told one story. Now you deserve to hear another one that I heard. Makes a whole lot of sense to me. So I want to be able to give you that ability to hear it too. Okay, because it's not a mainstream story. So you get this fulfillment. You're feeling, I am healthy, I am healthy, I am strong. Whatever you give yourself, it's called a mantra. And you start repeating that mantra over and over again, okay? And your subconscious mind starts to catch up. And not catch up, but starts to believe you, okay? You got to convince your subconscious mind. They kind of talk to her they talk to her like she's a woman in a lot of books. Like, you got to really sway the woman and persuade the woman, your subconscious woman in there. You got to really schmooze her and let her feel safe with your idea. Let her know, impregnate her with your idea, okay? Impregnate her with your idea. Then you let the idea sit in that bosom. You don't doubt it. You don't do anything to mess it up, just like putting the garden seed in your garden and nourishing that seed. Same idea here. There's a lot of metaphors that they use. Once you've nourished that puppy and you haven't done anything to mess it up or go against that idea, all you've done is created this nice nourishing environment for it. Then you birth it, and boom shakalaka, baby amazing goal pops out. I mean, it's crazy, but there's steps you take to do it, and it works this way as you do it. Okay, it's literally a scientific stepped process. And it works. You just got to do it. And the steps are you have to train your mind to do it, you guys. You got to train your mind to do it. Thank you. Love your energy. Let's go. Thank you. Thanks, Third Eye Roses. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Hi, friends new here. Been thinking about this. Oh, hi. Thanks. Speak it and it will come. That's right. Beautiful chaos. That is exactly right. Mick, right on. That's exactly. I mean, you guys, this is stuff that a lot of people have been talking about. And we should all know about it. We should all be able to have this information freely given to us. It shouldn't be blocked behind some door of, you can't ask that, those are against our set of facts or whatever, or that's not what, this religion believes. Who cares? Who cares? Why can't I think other things that aren't against, I have to say this one thing. I've got to worry all the time about offending everyone else. What if you're offending me? What if I find it offensive that you won't let me be spiritual in my own way, on my own channel, my own TikTok channel? Come on. Let's give people space to breathe. Let's give people space to breathe. And then maybe once we're all breathing a little bit more, then we can create. And I can't wait to create with you, because holy crap, we're these amazing, powerful beings that I'm excited to see what we can do as a community, because we're even stronger as community. I can't wait. And that's another thing they don't want. They don't want us to find our community, people. That's why they make it so hard for me to connect with you. That's why my channel's so hidden on every social media that I've got, because they don't want us to find our community. Because what happens when we find our community? Well, we find like-minded people that are confident in their skill set. And that's a powerful group. I'm excited about that. I'm very excited about that. So just hang with me, all right? If you may not be feeling it, refrain from mean comment. Let's put in some love here, people. Let's put in some love. All right. This sounds nice. Thank you, guys. Thank you. This is so refreshing. This sounds nice. Why don't you follow anyone? Great question. Because Graham Fan Farm's a leader. Straight up. Graham Fan Farm's a leader. I don't follow anyone on a day-to-day. I don't look at TikTok like that, so I'm not going to lie and say I do and that I do follow people. I don't get on TikTok on a day-to-day and go look at the channels. I don't know what other people are saying. I got on TikTok to spread the message of herbal wisdom and spread the truth. I want to do this for a full-time living, and I don't want to be a lawyer anymore. So I'm not going to lie and say that I follow people or that I do things like that. I don't. So I wasn't even a social media person before I started Graham Fam Farm and just wanted to spread the herbal word and, natural medicine. So I don't want to lie and act like, yeah, I follow these people and you should go follow them too and their channel's really cool. I have no idea. I don't know if their channel's cool or not. So, sorry. I think you should lead yourself. I think, and I hate to say that because I want you to follow me, but I think you should lead yourself. You follow me to a point and then go lead yourself. That's how I think. I think that there's road markers and you can point people in the right direction, but you can't make them drink from the water, right? Lead the horse to water, but you can't make him drink. That's kind of the thing I put with it, is that personal responsibility, trusting yourself, you guys, trusting yourself. And I get, where we are as on this TikTok following platform, and I understand the hypocrisy behind that. But yeah, I'm okay with being a hypocrite to myself right now as I figure out and on the journey. The journey's a beastie journey, you guys. It's not for the faint of heart. Like, it's crazy. You're going to do things on this journey you never thought would even come into your life and would ever be possible. And things that suck, that you don't like either. And it's all part of the journey, and you agreed to all of it, and you're here to do it, and you're totally down for it. Totally down for it. Who sent me a finger heart? Third eye, you're awesome. Thank you. So, it's a hypocritical, crazy journey. Be ready to change your mind like 7,000 times, and be ready to learn the truth, though, too, because out of all this journey and out of all the decision making you're going to do along the journey, you're going to find truth, and it's an undeniable truth that you won't be able to deny. No one will be able to deny it for you. You're going to be like, yeah, you're wrong, and not in a mean way, but like, no, that's not true. Why? Because I know it's not. Like, in here, I'm well aware that it's not. And that's where you get kind of the faith idea from religion, like that faith, that knowing. They want you to have that in something outside of you. And I'm telling you the idea that there's actually something inside of you you can have that same faith for. And it's actually you-based and part of you. You guys, you-based. Thank you! TGIF, yes! Excuse me. I need to take colloidal silver, or drink my colloidal copper, sorry. Well, it's not colloidal copper, it's just copper mug, but copper water, so good for you. Okay, so that's why, Aaron. So hopefully I didn't offend anyone, but if I did, apologies. Not my intention. Just who I am. Okay, Josh, have you ever had a dream within a dream and you wake up tired? Yeah, you've been traveling. That's called astral traveling and stuff. That's really cool. You guys, we do so many cool things, man. I wish the science was there, but I don't, because it's a small select group of us, which is the way it should be, because it's, the road less traveled, and so we get more rewards by going on that road. But holy crap, the science, you guys. Like, we've got so many things at our fingertips. At our freaking fingertips. I feel like a superhero, like, every day. I hate to say that, but you can be too. You're a hero too. You are too. We both are. We all are. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. And I say this in the last channel, like, the truth is stranger than fiction. You know that saying? Yeah, that's a saying for a reason, because it's true. Like, you guys, we're in this world where we can literally do whatever we want as long as we believe we can. We just literally have to understand the power of our minds and then have faith in ourselves and believe in ourselves. Self-confidence. You guys, we're like crazy powerful people as long as we vibrate high enough and can get to that universe, God, all-powerful being inside of us. True self, future self. I don't care what you call it. I don't care. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm just trying to tell you what you are able to do. You can do things right now that make your life easier tomorrow and make your life easier later today. Like someone you don't really like. I know I'm not going through the steps like I should, but that's why you should become a subscriber, so you get the notes, the breakdown after without all my talking in between. But honestly, you guys, you got to believe you can well before you can. You just got to believe it. You got to know it. You got to understand that true faculty of knowing inside of you. If you're like mad at somebody and like have this harbored up emotion about them, that situation's never going to go away. You got to push out that situation in your mind right now and like get it okay in your mind and be like, I love that person. I'm so glad that person did that for me. What a great person. The one who just punched you in the face a second ago. Man, I love that person. That person's so great. Thank you so much for punching me in the face. And it's not easy. It is not easy. As soon as you do that, everything's cool with that person. Situation gone. Situation gone because you made it up. You made it up in your own mind. You were the one who made up that whole thing. You're the only one that can even hurt you. You're the only one that can do something to hurt you. You allow others to hurt you or you hurt yourself. That's it. That's the reality. That's how strong and how powerful you are. You choose. You choose every day. You choose what's going on in your life. You choose whether you're a multi-billionaire or whether you're scraping by. It's your choice, you guys. It's your choice. And you may not believe that right now if you haven't started doing this yet. First thing, step 1, self-confidence. Self-confidence. Be thankful. Believe in yourself. Thank you, Third Eye Roses. You subscribe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love subscribers. Can't wait. You get to know a lot about me more when you subscribe later. Right? We do lots of sub videos. So yeah, you guys, I mean, be thankful and be confident in who you are, in yourself, in your power. Step into your power, you guys. There's a lot going on. And you don't just step in and like shake it off and here you go. It's like, no, you got to learn to fly. Like, it's insane. It's freaking insane. Just when I'm like thinking I'm peaking, I'm like, whoa, that was awesome. That was awesome. Another thing happens. I aim higher and read it again. And I aim higher and meet it again. And I aim higher and meet it again. And my family and my life is just, I feel like I'm in this heavenly situation every day. I tell people like that all the time. It's not, heaven and hell aren't waiting for you later. They're here and now. What are you making? Are you creating heaven or are you creating hell? I don't know. I'm creating heaven. I love heaven. Heaven's great. I can't wait to live in more heaven. I'm trying to be as nice as I can to people. I'm trying to do the best things that I can. I'm trying to better myself all the time, learning new skill sets. These are things that you should, I mean, not you should, I recommend you striving for to become better, to make yourself better. It doesn't just make you better. It makes your environment better. It makes everyone that you touch better. Everything about it. It's just your Midas, man, with your gold touch. But you won't be hugging your kid, turning them to gold, because you'll remember and be thankful for the reality you have now, the time you have now, thankful for the state that you're in now, right? Because you're on this uphill trajectory. You got to be thankful for every mark you hit along the way. You got to be thankful for it. Enjoy the ride, right? Like, this is a journey, you guys. There's a lot going on. So let me hit up some comments and then I'm going to continue on. So right now we're on like construct a scene that, and we're going to imply that our things already happened. The best thing possible's already happened. We're letting this sit in our bosom, right? The birth of our kid, the seed that's ready to bloom. That's where we are, right? So let's see what's going on. There's so much negativity. It's refreshing to hear a positive message. Thank you, Quetzy. That's been like my goal from the beginning is positivity, people. I hear so much negativity. There's too much of it. Let's get some positive people going on. I felt this deep with my channel too. Let's go. Let's go, Third Eye Roses. I love that. Thanks, guys. I'm new here. Welcome, Yafa. Heather, thank you, girl. Love. I needed this message today. I'm so glad. So glad to give it. So glad to be received in a way. I thank you, guys. I like your hat. Thanks, Rich. Thank you. Amazon. My family and I are on the same path. That's so fantastic to hear, Harmony Acres. That's the only way to do it. Family, keep them strong, keep them tight, keep them close. There's so much work ahead. It's exciting. This is just step 1. We're just waking up, people. Wait for step 2, and we run this shit. Thanks. Sorry. Boop. Okay. Mentorship is good. I just followed you. Your words are very wise. Great. Thank you so much. Yes, mentorship, and that's what I'm hoping to be, is like a mentor. Maybe somebody points the way for you in a way, or like helps you out, post sign marking on your path. I don't know what my sign would look like, but here I am. Whatever this means to you. Go for it. Because I don't know. I don't know what I mean to you or if I mean anything to you, but obviously if you came here, we're vibing and we're talking, well, that's supposed to happen. There are no coincidences in life. That's the first thing you need to learn. Everything happens for an exact reason. It's crazy. Crazy. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Nutty Nutters. It's like that Leonardo DiCaprio movie. It is. Josh, thank you for bringing this up real quick. I got to stop real quick from messages. It is so like that, you guys. They put the truth in plain sight. They hide the truth in plain sight. So a lot of the messages that we receive in movies and a lot of things that you hear about in movies, that's real life, true stuff. But they put it there so that when you start bringing it up and people say things like, that sounds just like that movie, you know, not like you're saying that, I get what you're saying, then it's a trigger. It's a trigger and they automatically stop listening to you. They're like, that was that movie, thanks, good call. And then boom, tune out. Okay, they create these trigger terms. I've talked about them before. Terrorist, right? Things that you would, conspiracy theorist, you know, things that you say, oh, it was in that movie. It allows people that are still sleeping, what I call it, like their sleep stage or their NPC stage, if you've seen like that movie where he wakes up from the video game and all that. All of those stages, you can't wake up out of it unless you like are jolted awake from it. Sometimes it's a traumatic experience. Sometimes you just eventually wake up. But everyone has their own wake up signal. It's not like, and we're all awoken. Like it's our own thing, okay? But before that time, don't try to wake anybody up. It's really hard. Don't try to tell them a lot of things because they won't believe you and they're going to think you're psycho. So, and movies are one of the ways that they do it. They hide it in plain sight because the people who love the power that they have by kind of like ruling all of us right now because we haven't figured out our power on like a mass whole. They love like to keep us down in that way. Now, why would people do that? Well, people can choose to be bad or good. I don't know. Some of the really bad people chose to be bad. I didn't. But they vibrate a lot lower than us. But they really like power, you know. So that's not really where I'm vibing. Just got the number one gifter. Thank you, Third Eye Roses. Appreciate you. Okay, let's see what other things. Facts. Let's go. The Lost Gospel of Thomas. I love that. I love that. I need to know more about that. I like it. Who's they? Josh, great question. They is not us. Anyone that's not here sitting talking about us, great question. They're they. Anyone that is trying to manipulate others, or just that whole of the law they live by called do what ye will, that's not the end of it. It's do what ye will, but harm ye none. Okay? Do what ye will, but harm ye none. Anyone who's living by the whole of the law, do what ye will, and they're just doing willy-nilly what they want, controlling people, bringing people down, stepping on people, that's they. That's they. I don't know who you can call it Illuminati or who controls them all. I don't know. Of course, we're not going to know who that person is. They're not idiots. They're not going to be like, here's the ruler of the they. Anyone talking about the they, please use this guy's first and last name. No, it's kind of like Harry Potter, where it's like, I don't know, Lord Voldemort. Let's call him that. Creepy people that are doing really bad things to us. Look it up. There's like, it sucks that they're doing it, you guys. I'm not even going to lie. It does suck. They've been doing it for a super long period of time, and they're waiting for us to step up and figure it out. So they may not know they're waiting for us, but they are. So excited to say, hey, what up? Okay, so that's who they is. Hopefully that was specific enough for you. I have faith. I don't believe in stone. Good. Good. Copper water. Yeah, copper water is really, really good for you. Antibacterial, antimicrobial, antifungal. I drink it every day. Also anti-aging, great for like wrinkles and scars and stuff. It gives you a natural collagen boost, but look into it. Copper water is really, really good for you, Christina. Yes, good healthy day to you and all. Hi, Lance. Good healthy day to you. Thanks for joining, sir. Through my eyes, they don't want us to be awake. That's exactly right. Because what happens, I mean, okay, you guys, let's think about this. We've got a ruling people over other people, right? Call it government, fine. What keeps those people in check? Are we doing a good job of keeping people in check? Are you showing up to all their meetings and you're keeping people in check, and you're going to your municipality meeting and you're going to your meeting every week and you're doing all that every 2 weeks? Yeah? Well, I doubt it. Because I'm the city attorney for the city of Stockton, and no one shows up. No one shows up. No one shows up for local government. What do you think they do for big government? They don't even listen to the people. All right? This has gone so far past us and over our heads, you guys. We were born into this system, and now we got to figure out what's going on. And as you figure out what's going on, they don't want us to be awake through my eyes. You start to figure out they may not want us to be awake. Because why would they? Well, as soon as I wake up, I realize I want to lead myself. So that doesn't really make me want to vote for anybody to lead me, right? Because I'm like, I don't want to be led. Stop leading me. Lead myself. I'm so sick of this situation, So interesting point. I find it strange that just because I was born into something, why does that mean I need to keep upholding it and keep propping it up? But just if I don't believe it's right. Like, if I don't believe it's right, when is it going to change? Who's going to change it then? I need to rely on my kids to change it and just, you change it. You can do it. Why can't I do it? Why can't we do it? Why can't we figure this out together? So that's kind of where I am. Yeah, I find it weird that they don't want us to know all these things. If they did, this information would be much more readily available. People are like, how do you know they don't want us to know? Because they make video games legal where you can kill and shoot people and run people over, and they want my 10-year-old to play it. That's how I know. They make cigarettes legal. They make sugar legal and actually prop it. They think that everyone should be as fat as they can possibly be so that they can't think, because you have to vibrate at a certain level in order to and have a less degree of fat. Sorry, guys, it's just scientifically proven in order to vibrate that high. It's a scientific thing, and I'm sorry if I'm offending. I'm not meant to offend, but guys, it's time to be blunt about it and not sugarcoat it anymore. Okay? There's a lot of reasons why they would not want us to find out how powerful we are. Just like Through My Eyes said. I mean, if you got a group of people that are doing exactly what you want, would you want them to be like, and also, just to let you know, guys, you're super powerful and can totally overthrow them anytime you want? No, you want them to be lackadaisical. You want them to be caught up in their day-to-day, be very busy all the time, always worry about things that they have to do to keep up with the Kardashians, try to do things that you have to fit in, social media, different things like that. They want us to be very busy-minded. Well, the best in our society have never been busy-minded. They've always had time to think and sit there and have time to actually think about a subject. Okay, they didn't have a screen right in front of them the whole time, and let's all put TV on for our kids. Why do you think they're having us do that for our children? Why do you think they want you to sit a screen so close to them? Did you know that when one of the peer-reviewed papers in 2003 or 2008, there was research that is literally on the U.S. government's website. I've got it snapped in my phone. Maybe I'll put it on my thing later. Well, I can't because they'll shut me down on TikTok, but it says in there how cell phones have been shown to cause cancer and do cause cancer, and you shouldn't put them near your body and stuff like that. There's tons of stuff out there like that, you guys. Tons of it. Why don't they release that to us? They did put it on their website. It is peer-reviewed by all their scientists. Why don't they tell us? Think they want our health? Think our health's in their mind? Best interest is our health? Yeah, get this shot. You get a free donut. Great. I seem healthy. Okay, so let's move on from that. All right. They don't want us to be awake. Yes. I freaking love your energy. Thanks, Heather. Heather, appreciate you. See you later, lovely. So wonderful to meet you. Sending you so much love and inspiration. Thank you so much, Third Eye Roses. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks for joining in. I'm only going until 8:30 today, guys, which is 8 right now if you're not my time zone. What's your blood type, if I may ask? Don't know. Don't know my blood type. Laura, found the Creator Live. Thank you, thank you. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Third Eye Roses. I'm type O negative. I think that was a hilarious joke. And if that wasn't a hilarious joke about your negativity, I'm dying because I'm O positive. But I don't know if that was a hilarious joke. That could be me not reading these things hilariously. I love the little scroll through. You guys are like, that's not what I meant at all. But funny. I'm in my own reality, you guys. My reality is like a heavenly bliss, just entertaining time. I'm constantly trying to just spread the word and spread the truth and hopefully entertain along the way. All right. This just doesn't make sense. Moon pies at midnight. I know. When you first hear it, it's not going to make any sense. When I first heard it and I was first reading like Neville's books, I was like, this guy's a wacko. I should stop reading. I literally feel like God is cursing me by reading this book. You know why? Because that was a subconscious thing they put in my head. I grew up Mormon. I grew up that if you listen to anything else outside of this church, then I'm evil and I'm the devil and all these different things. Well, that's what they want me to believe because they want me to stay in the church, right? Just like any other religion. They want you to stay in it. Why? Well, it helps them if they have people that follow them, right? And just it helps them if they do these different things. Well, I'd like to spread the message of empowerment. And by spreading the message of empowerment, you kind of overturn a lot of truths along the way or facts along the way. And that's one thing I put in my other videos. Like facts, just because it's a fact doesn't mean it's true, you guys. Doesn't mean it's true. They create facts. So when I violated TikTok's community guidelines one time, they said, there are a certain set of facts that we choose to abide by and agree upon as a community. A certain set of facts, you guys. Facts. Not truths, not reality. A certain set of facts. Watch out for facts. Watch out for fact checkers, okay? They could guide you down the wrong path. Anything that seems too easy. Hey guys, listen to this. This is exactly how it goes. This is exactly what you do. That's too easy. Anything that seems too easy, you watch out for that. You watch out for that. A lot of control there. Usually a lot of control going on. Someone that's like, you should only listen to this person. You should only do this. Watch out for that. Why? Why should I only do this and only listen to this person? Kind of strange. Watch out for that. Watch out for that. So if it just doesn't make sense, ask questions. I love to answer specific questions. Please ask questions, moons, pies at midnight, and I will try to answer what I can. Just purchase a subscription. Thank you. Physical punching crosses my line. Yeah, I know, hilarious, Josh. I'm cracking up. I definitely don't want someone to physically punch me in the face, but the idea is that even those that have done wrong to you and done harm to you, you want to make sure to spread that message of love because before you woke up today, you agreed with that person to allow you to do that, so you both advanced in your own way. So the person that punched you in the face, they advanced and learned a lesson. Maybe it was a lesson of negativity, right? And they're going to start getting some really bad karmic consequences because they probably haven't forgiven themselves for doing that, and so karma rolls in there, and that's another side we can talk about. And then for you who got punched in the face, well, you're figuring out your own little thing too, and I don't know what you think about that, but it's allowing you to grow some way, and you allowed yourself to be stipulated growth in that way. So you allowed yourself to be able to be forced to grow in that way for every situation you enter into. You've already agreed to do it. So hopefully that changes your mindset on what's going on with people you're listening to, right? If you've already agreed and you've already allowed them to do it, why? Why'd you allow them to? That's one of the questions I always like to ask myself. Why did I just allow that person to do that thing that made me so mad? Okay, maybe I'm supposed to work on my temper out of this one, right? Like that's what I usually come to find is I'm like, oh, it's wanting me to work on my temper again because it's not getting there yet. So you need to kind of understand why these events come into your life, and there's always a reason why the events come into your life. Nothing is a coincidence, you guys. You bring it into your life for personal self-growth. So hopefully that makes a little more sense, okay? Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm type O negative RH. I do not have that. Do you have children? Yes, I have 2 children, 9-year-olds, 9 and 7. Yay, so excited. Awesome. Same. Thank you so much. I can have all the self-confidence in the world, but that won't regrow my missing organ. So, Tina Turner. Let's talk about that. So regrowing missing organs, definitely not. If you've done something to take them out of your body, you did that. You chose to do that along with your doctor's influence, and you took those out of your body. That was a choice that you made, yes. But does it mean that it has to negatively affect your life here moving forward? No, absolutely not, okay? There are different ways that your body is able to adapt. Think about people that cannot hear. Their other senses are like cannot see. Their other senses make up for it, and then become like hyper senses. That can happen to you too in your normal everyday life. You just have to believe and fix whatever you find is lacking. So I think it's Tine. So I don't know what you find lacking with that. Literally the organ itself, and you want that back, or do you want like the functioning of the organ itself? Maybe missing that organ is making you have some other side effect that now you really dislike and don't want to have anymore. Well, then focus on that side effect and the removal of that side effect, and that can happen. Your mind can do that. Your mind can totally do that and make it work exactly that way. Now, I'm a strong enough believer that if your mind is strong, I'm someone that believes that if your mind is strong enough, I'm not there yet, but if your mind's strong enough, you could probably regrow an organ. Our minds are incredible, crazy things. We only access like 10% of them, if that. The smartest of us and even the most creative of us only access like 20%. So yeah, I would imagine that eventually if you accessed 100% of it, you could probably regrow organs. I don't know. I'm not anywhere near that. I'm operating at about 10 and a half. Okay? So, I mean, I'm hoping that that is the reality one day, because my belief is that these bodies are such amazing vehicles and such amazing vessels that they can do anything we ask them to do and believe that they can do. So if you're at a certain faith level where you really can believe that you're powerful enough to do that, then you can do that. But I'm not there yet. Someone probably is, someone that we don't even know about, but they're definitely probably not on TikTok talking about it, because TikTok would shut that down. All right, so let's move on. Hi, Third Eye Roses. Okay. Thanks for sharing. Good for you. I'm happy for you guys. Thanks, Josh. Oh wait, we can control our emotions, but we can't be multimillionaires. Oh no, that's not what I said at all. You definitely can be multimillionaires. That's 100% in your reality. Not if you're thinking like that you're not a multimillionaire, because then you're not vibrating with that and you're not magnetic in that way. But if you think you are a multimillionaire, you will definitely become one. You can definitely become one. If you just repeat it to yourself and you're not following in the next steps that I was talking about, and you're not actually believing it and living it and really have that sinking in, you're never going to get there. If you're always doubting yourself and being pessimistic about it, never going to happen. But for those of you that truly believe and have had that happen before, yeah, multimillionaire status is super easy. Just a constant belief in it and thought of it, and then your reality happens. And you have to start from the end. Remember, guys, Neville Goddard's thing is you have that idea in your mind, so start with state your desire. So clearly state your desire, define your desire, right? Number 2, enter a state akin to sleep, that meditative state that we talked about. Number 3, construct a scene implied in film it. So if you want to be a multimillionaire, if that's your goal here, well then what would your environment be like if you're a multimillionaire? What would you be wearing if you're a multimillionaire? What would you look like? What would you be driving? Start bringing those things into your life, because then you can schmooze your subconscious into thinking that you're already there. The first thing you always say, and Neville always says it, is fake it till you make it. You have to first make yourself believe it before anyone else is going to believe it. You have to literally disregard your current state of reality, believe you are the multimillionaire, which I don't think you are, Catherine, because you sounded kind of negative in that comment. But you want to believe that you are before, and then it comes to you. You're a magnet for what you are, okay? You're a magnet for what you are. So if you're not attracting millions of dollars right now, well, then change your magnetic frequency to something that can and does, all right? Usually it's love. You got to give to receive. You got to provide value. When I was first going through that and wanted to be at that level, I started dressing like it. I bought a lot of jewelry that was like real jewelry, not just like gold and silver, but like copper and stones and gems and things that a multimillionaire would be wearing. I did all that well before any money rolled in. Yeah, so you have to change your environment to make it fit what you're trying to attract. And if you are not a multimillionaire and you're trying to attract to be a multimillionaire, millionaires aren't sitting around in the slums thinking about being a multimillionaire, right? Millionaires are doing stuff. They have decisions. They have goals. They have an attire and outfit. You just have a vibe, you guys. You have a vibe at each level, right? We have a vibe. And so if the vibe you're vibing on right now isn't a millionaire vibe, then figure out what changes you need to make to do that. Because maybe you already are living in, an area that makes you feel like that's where you would live if you were a multimillionaire. And maybe you're already doing things that you would do if you were a multimillionaire. But remember the point, is to believe that the end has already occurred and then work from there. All right? Let me go to that next step really quickly. So feel the reality of the scene. You have to really feel that it's happening. You've got to feel every single detail, right? So maybe if you are not a millionaire right now and you want to say something like, let me think of something you could do. Okay, so you could say, in your mind, you're thinking, I am a multimillionaire. right? And I am living the scene of, what do you want to put? Maybe you see the million in your bank account, okay? Maybe you see yourself building your dream home. Maybe you see a vision of yourself looking at your phone and you see, $6 million in there. These are all things, I don't know what works for you best. You're going to find something that works for you, Catherine, but whatever works for you, you want to really visualize that reality, right? Like if you're envisioning that you want to be able to climb a ladder, well, then literally feel every ladder rung. That's what Neville says in one of his books as you climb it up, the fake ladder, okay? So it's interesting, but your mind's got to believe it, okay? So why it sounds so crazy to all you guys as you're asking these questions and stuff, it's because you are just now waking up to this idea. Our mind will reject it first, okay? You're just now waking up to the idea, and that's okay. We've all been there. Let's go. All right, now push forward and try to figure out, why would someone think this? I'm not a crazy lunatic. All right, I'm a smart person. Just it gets interesting as you go along, you guys. It gets really interesting, and you start to open up new faculties that you never even understood that you had. It's crazy. Okay, all right. So Heather, thank you guys. Thanks for all the hearts. Where do you start with this journey into holistic medicine? Into holistic medicine, I recommend starting to use the plants around you, learning what they are, and figuring those out. I'm going to do a holistic one. We're actually going to be tincturing later today. I'm hoping time happening, but we're going to be tincturing later today in a live. That's my goal. But you just get started using the plants around you. I would start gardening if you haven't gardened yet, or at least be able to forage for the herbs that you want to look at that are closely around you. Okay, so that's where I would start. One of the first steps you should do, no more Tylenol, no more Advil, no more Motrin for those kiddos. Okay, that really helps stunts the liver, and we can talk about that and other things, but it doesn't allow the liver to excrete toxins from the body, and so it makes everything your child or you are dealing with like even worse. Okay, so don't put that inside your body. That's not the herbalists don't recommend that. So I start off with those natural things that way. Try to keep those pharmaceuticals out of your life as much as possible, and then it allows you to ease into the herbal thing. One more tip on going herbal before is if you start with a distilled water, if you drink distilled water for like 2 weeks, you can still eat normal food, but just drink distilled water. It'll allow a lot of those synapses to get cleared out, so it'll better able your body to receive the medicinal medicine as you take it. Those are just herbal tips. I own Graham Fan Farm, so check out grahamfanfarm.com if you have questions on herbs and remedies. I don't have $1 million, but I feel like a millionaire because I'm so blessed. I love it, Jessica. So now, if you want $1 million, in that statement, I would take out, I don't have $1 million. So going forward, like if you want to just pop off from there, I'd be like, I'm a millionaire. I'm so blessed. That's what I would repeat all the time if I were you. I'm a millionaire. I'm so blessed. Thank you so much. Because you don't have to qualify to your subconscious mind, I'm a millionaire because I'm so blessed, but I don't have physical money in millions. That just tells your subconscious mind, yeah, I'm never going to have physical money in millions. I'm just a millionaire because I'm so blessed. No, you can be, and if that's where you want to stop at, cool, I love that. But if you want to continue it and grow it off, I recommend something that's like, I'm so blessed, I'm a millionaire, I'm so blessed. One of mine that I like to say every day is like, I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful to be where I am. I'm so proud of myself. My goodness, I'm so proud of myself. Like, I'm so grateful and thankful, and that's what I always end up saying. By the way, remember, if you want to sub, I'll do a video of just my note recap after, so you don't have to hear all my comments in between. It's usually like a 5-minute recap, but just for subs. Wake and bake time. I don't know what you're baking, but tell me. Okay, let's see. Harmony Acres, yes. You way behind my messages. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm just going natural, holistic, Eastern medicine, whatever they want to call it. I love it. Keep going, Newman. Keep going. What movie? It's that movie about Free Guy. Free Guy. That's the movie I was talking about. I talked about it in my last live. So Free Guy, where he wakes up. He's slowly waking up every day before he wakes up. He's just doing the same thing. His bank gets robbed. He's just like part of it. He's an NPC just chilling, right? And then eventually he starts to wake up, figure out who he is. He puts on the glasses and it's like, boom, shakalaka. What is this amazing heaven I'm in? It's called Earth. Welcome to it. All right, so that's the movie. That's the same idea here. They're trying to show you what you can do and like hide it in plain sight. There's a universal law about it, and it's amazing. There's a lot of universal laws, you guys, and when you start to look into them, you're like, I can use that one. I can use that one. All right, let me go down. Oh my gosh, at 59, 2020 was my jolt. Get it? Everything is a lie. It's crazy to relearn stuff now. It is. Everything is. I don't want to scare anyone. I'm not trying to scare everyone, okay? But everything that you know in your reality, most of them were made up, and they're not good. Most of like the reality of it is exactly opposite. Look at the heart. That's an amazing one. Look at the heart and like the image of the heart and what that even means. Okay. Hey, I made calendula infused almond oil. I have it sitting on a shelf in the dark. Should I move it? No, sit it on the shelf in the dark. That's totally fine. Shake it every day. Truth of Recent Past. Oh, Tateria, Truth of Recent Past. Okay, if that's a movie, I want to watch it or a show. Thanks, Darius. Darls. Sorry. Thought that was an I. I like your background. I like Dreamcatchers too. Oh, thanks. Thank you. Appreciate you. They laugh out loud. Oh, hopefully I'm so behind on comments, you guys. I'll get there. Right there with you, sister. Thank you for your work. Thanks, Michelle. Appreciate you. What was the movie you're talking about? Free Guy. Free Guy. Yay, I just started Copper Water. Awesome, Michelle. Keep going. You're going to notice a difference. Gives me a lot more energy, too. But I don't do coffee either, so maybe that's why. Since 4 cats have died. Oh, bummer. Cats were worshipped by the Egyptians back in the day. The Egyptians, also something you want to think and look into. They weren't so stupid after all, you guys. Them and the Sumerians. Oh, my gosh, do we have so much to learn. Do you sell the copper drink thing? Yeah, it's on my TikTok shop, Newman. Check it out. Ditto. I do. I show up. Let's go. Thank you. Alcohol too. For tincture, yeah. Yep. Do you sell these copper pictures that you have behind you? Yes, I do sell the copper picture behind me. It's in my TikTok shop. Well, a similar one. I was denied by this seller. I reached out and I'm like, hey, I have this copper picture that I've had for such a long time. I saw yours on TikTok shop. Can I sell it on my shop? And they're like, no. I was like, I don't want a free sample, but so no, they denied me, but I don't know why. They make alcohol legal. Exactly. Good point, right? They make so you're on to the point where I was talking about cigarettes and yeah, alcohol, right? I mean, it's just crazy, guys. Like if they really wanted our health and benefit, then our kids would not be allowed to play the games they play. We wouldn't allow to even have movies where they even make a movie about someone getting raped. Like why? Why do we? Oh, creative freedom, really? We want creative people to be thinking more into raping someone. You think that that's good for our society, would help our society become better? No, that doesn't make sense, right? If real leaders leading, because you're free to think whatever you want. I'm free to think whatever I want. Well, then why can't I start talking about anything higher like the truth? Why can't I talk about, I won't even mention it, but weather and things that, I'm not free to think whatever I want. I'm free to think whatever they want. And that's the difference, okay? Legal, glad you want government help oversight as long as it's things you support. Hope it's false. Ooh, legal, yes. So, government support and where that's at, I support truth and freedom and government that works for the people. Always have, always will. But if a government is not working for the people, then that's not a government at all. All right? That's not a government at all. So just because I'm seeing flaws in the system doesn't mean that you throw out the baby with the bathwater. That's kind of not how you do it, but I can definitely address flaws with the system, and I highly recommend that you start taking ownership of your personal self and look into what's happening around you, Look into it. Do a deep dive. And if you think it's good, well, then awesome. I'm glad you're living in that good of environment. Fafhrudnir. Hopefully I did that right. But for me, I didn't. I looked around and I definitely did not see that going on. I saw some things, and not in my local area at all. They're awesome. My local thing, I love my local municipality. They're amazing. But when it comes to like a larger scale and what they're allowing Americans to believe and like on a federal American scale, no, I don't think that's right at all. I don't think a lot of our laws are right at all. And it's up to me to advocate for the ones that I don't think have a voice, because I have a voice, I have a platform, right? I'm a lawyer. I do have that platform and that voice. So I definitely want to voice my concerns when I have them. Major concerns voicing, red flags everywhere. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. All right, sells the bottles there, pure copper, awesome. Yep, another one, powerful. Thanks, guys. Yes, be bold and direct. So many are asleep. Let's go, Michelle. That's exactly right. Tiffany, I need that picture she's got behind her. Oh, the picture. We'll get it. TikTok shop. Oh, it may not be. They denied me, but I think I got it on like eBay back in the day. They probably have it on Amazon. Love your copper lotus on the wall. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thanks for sharing the live. I rely on my kids because I want them to be better than me, and they are good. I am blessed. Let's go. You should rely on your children to be better than you, guys, but you should also have a self-confidence. You shouldn't. I recommend, and what I like to do is I recommend having a good self-confidence and being able to trust yourself that you're making the right decisions for those kiddos. And that's where kind of the natural herbal side really hits home for me, is that's where I feel the most powerful. When I know that what I've made to give my children is good for them. I cannot imagine going to a doctor and then just trusting this doctor who I've just met and just been like assigned to me. I'm going to trust you with my child's life? Do you know we have the highest infant mortality rate in the world? Do you know the United States has the highest infant mortality rate in the world? Do you know our life expectancy goes down every year? You're going to trust these people? These doctors are usually more overweight than most Americans. It's shocking you. I'm sorry. We got to be bold about it, you guys. That's who we're trusting with our kids? What reality do you live in? I'm not trusting my kids with that. No way. I'm trusting my kids with medicine that I know is good for them. Medicine that I've researched and done a lot of health on, and not medicine that are going to have, and watch out, if you're taking Feliska, please don't do anything that's allergic to Feliska. You may have headache, diarrhea, cider head, comatose. You may even die. No. They're not taking that. If there's an herbal contraindication with one of the herbs that I'm using, I'm well aware of that, and my kid's never touching it. St. John's wort. Okay, so Anyways, that's where I'm at with that, but you should rely on your kids. My kids are going to do great things, and I hope your kids do great things, but it starts off with a really good support system at home and learning the right things from the beginning and being self-empowered. If your children see that you're self-empowered, they themselves are also going to be drawn to a world of self-empowerment. Lead by example. Tons of ear cancer. I don't know what that is. Tell me again. Oh, all the lies? I'm assuming all the lies? These are all facts. People have been asleep for so long. Let's go, Ray Moon. This is exactly right. Butnard, what a hilarious name. I'm so sorry. Yep, heard that too. We all have. Let's go. Cell towers bad. Yes, they are. You can put some orgonite pyramids near them and in your house to help out with a lot of that. It transfers the frequency and the energy. So if you're worried about some of that stuff, we have some orgonite pyramids and some other pyramids on our box in our house. Like I'm doing this because it's a magnetic thing you put on there, but it kind of helps reverse that energy if you're looking for that. I don't sell those, but I'm sure they're on eBay or something like that. Sacred geometry is so good. You're right. Sacred geometry is amazing. It's really great, and you can learn so much about yourself and about the universe as you start to delve into more of these, like numerology, sacred geometry. These are things that they don't want, that they've been using for such a long time, you guys, and they're tools on how to interpret them. Oh, there's so much information to learn. So after you get through the where am I, everything's a lie stage, then it's like you put the glasses on and you're like, wow, life is so cool. There's so many things to learn. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. Get alkaline to kill the cancer. That's exactly right. Too much coffee in your body leads to acidity and allows all the cancerous things to grow in your body. That's why they want you to drink coffee every day, so you continue to live in an acidic environment. You should be more alkaline and get that coffee out of your life on a regular basis. One, you shouldn't be reliant on anything, and two, it's never allowing your body to reach that level of alkalinity that it needs in order to naturally expel all those things, because your body can naturally expel. Your body is super powerful. We just like to take things that hinder it a lot because they tell us to. Okay. Love the apothecary jars in the back. Thanks. I'm getting ready to do tincture later, and so I was hanging out with those. They're actually from, like the Dollar Tree, you guys. Just like regular jars. I use them for all my classes. It was an easy jar. I always like glass. So it was an easy jar to take back and forth. So that's what I used them for. Yes, we create our own reality. That's exactly right, Darls. We definitely create our own reality. I hope you're living in heaven like I am and not living in some sort of hell. So good luck with all that, guys. Yep, subconscious programming, indoctrination. That's exactly right. That's what you're talking about, ear cancer. Yeah, that's exactly right. We've been indoctrinated from the beginning. Assimilation is a real process that we all enter. We entered it, around kindergarten age, sometimes before preschool and things like that. Assimilation's a real thing. And so we got to ask ourselves, like, who's in control of these programs? Who's the one that's doing these sorts of things? And do we agree with these programs? So you have to first know that they're there and know that it's a real thing. And it's not just going to be something that Americans are never, can never happen in America. Don't be naive. Come on. Don't be naive. Let's keep these people in check. It's not to be naive. Let's keep them in check. Okay? When are you back on? So Enchanted. So I actually don't quite know. I never set live times. Maybe I should. I'm trying to hit it up every morning around 7:30. So if you'd like for me to hit up schedule live times, is that something people would like? I'm not seeing any hearts. So people don't really care, I feel like. People are just like, whenever you're on, be on. So I kind of like that. I just like to pop on whenever I'm on and kind of talk about different things. I'm getting ready, like I said, I'll do a tincture one later today, so I will go live and do tincture later. I like to do the morning AM spiritual sessions. I really do like that. Are these hearts to go live or to tell you a live time? Now I'm confused, or you just liked the spiritual sessions and tincture? I don't know. Now I'm confused. Maybe hit me up when you're later. Okay, I love moon pies. They were a good little cake. Hilarious. Speak truth, much love. Let's go, Mary. That's right. I was stifled for so long, I felt like, especially with my occupation, I do feel stifled. And so, when I get comments like that, they're like, you're a lawyer, you're not supposed to be like that. Why? Why? I can't have common sense? Like, why? I don't know. Why not? I don't know. I'm a really good lawyer. Really, really good lawyer. I don't work in the courts much, more of a contractual attorney. Okay, I'm so worried about mixing the wrong herbs together. Have a book to recommend. Rosemary Gladstar's got great books for that, herbal contraindications. And then, what is the other one I like? Rosemary Gladstar. She's great. She does a lot. And don't be worried. The more worried you are, the more likely you are to make mistakes. Like, be free about it and just be like, okay, I'm open to whatever herb wants to tell me about itself today. I would recommend going outside. They have this app called Picture This. You can just download the app on your phone, and then you can go outside and be like, that looks like dead nettle. Dead nettle, yeah. That looks like narrow leaf plantain. Narrow leaf plantain. What else has come up? Chicory's coming up right now, you know. So there's just like a lot of different things. You could go look around outside right now, and then you could look up, once you found like an herb that's growing like prolifically, maybe you've got a lot of burdock or something. You don't want to get the root right now, you want to go for it in the fall. But if you do, then you know, can go in there and figure out what does burdock root do. Well, it's a blood cleanser, you know, you can use it for kidney stuff, liver stuff, and then you can kind of make your one tincture on your one herb and go from there. So that's what I recommend. Okay, I've regrown a kidney, let's go! Did I not say? There's probably been somebody out there. Did I not say it? I didn't even have to say it. Thank you. Thank you, inspiration nailed. Thank you. Thank you. Got a powerful mind right there, huh? That's exactly right. Let's go. That's a myth, though, with crying eyes. I don't know what that means. Good morning. Hi, Alexis. Thanks for joining. Alexis is a sub. Thanks for joining, Alexis. Appreciate you coming on here. You need to know about eye cave of Brahma in our brain. Yeah. So the cave of Brahma, if you've never activated the cave of Brahma, thanks, Charles. So when you yawn, the easiest way to explain the cave of Brahma really quickly, when you yawn, feel that up there? Feel like a energy? It almost sounds like a like electricity. Give yourself a fake yawn. Hear that in your brain? Yeah. That's the cave of Brahma being activated by that. And as you advance more into the vibrational and understanding the spiritual and understanding what you can work with, the energy you can work with, you can learn to activate that like I'll do it now. Okay, so I don't know if I look different. I just did a pulsing thing of 4 pulses. Dun, 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 dun. Watch, I'll do it again. You can, it sounds weird, I know. I didn't mean to go here, Carls. Come on, you're making it seem like or Darls, you're making it seem like I'm crazy. Let me tell you what's going on there. When you yawn and you first understand that cave of Brahma activation, that you feel the energy in there. It's kind of like in your ears a little bit, and you can feel it kind of like the middle of your head. Okay. You can eventually learn how to exercise that. It's a muscle. Okay, and you can concentrate and you can literally make it pulse. So if you can like hold it pulse, like it's hard to hold it and pulse. It's hard to keep it up like that, but a lot of people are really good at it. I'm not one that is like full scale the best at it yet, but you should learn to activate the cave of Brahma, guys. It's wow, more people joined. I thought there'd be like 0 people listening to that. So you can learn to activate that, and that makes your thoughts and your intensity and all these things like way more intense, way harder, way better. You're able to do more with it. And that's why you hear these stories later on of like superhero people, right? And they look and they can put their hand out and like the wall is gone. Supposedly our minds are powerful enough to do that. And if you have everything activated in the right way, that's where those stories come from. That's where these superhuman abilities come from. Just because our science hasn't caught up doesn't mean the ability doesn't exist, okay? So that's where all these ideas come from. And the Cave of Brahma, it's a real thing. It's a real scientifically measured thing. If you guys have ever had Gaia, if you've never heard of Gaia, download Gaia. It's like a Netflix for energy and stuff like that. Really cool. I think it costs $100 a year or something like that. Gaia is great, and they've got a lot of children over in Sweden, I believe it was, that are part of the Sweden school. And these children, all with their eyes closed, they can literally read with their eyes closed, they can play catch with their eyes closed, they can do everything with the eyes closed because they've been trained to see past their eyes being open. It's an amazing thing, and it's all proven and be real science. They're getting grants, peer-reviewed grants, because it's such science stuff. So really cool stuff that we're able to be opened up to right now. But it's shocking. It's shocking. Okay, I've got 3 minutes. Let me get to, yeah, I'm 24 before. Okay. We go down. I'm living rich. My family's the best. Let's go, Josh. I think we should shoot for billionaire status. I love it, Linz. That's where I'm always going for. I feel you. Okay, I followed amen. Or we've been woke. Laugh out loud. Tell me what you mean by that. I don't know. What about kratom? We can talk about that. I don't have time to get into it right now. I drank tap water recently. Watch out for tap water. It's got a lot of fluoride in it and other stuff that your body doesn't need. Actually, tons of calcification too. It can overcalcify your glands, especially your pineal. What's your country of origin? United States. Myself, smoking, not baking. Love your energy. I'm super German and super American. Okay, cool. What about kratom? We already had. Okay, did I just go backwards? Also mixed with Native American. I'm a mutt. Oh gosh. Facts. Yes, girl. Okay, you guys, thank you. You've been awesome. Are you an American? I think you're not asking me that, but I am. Want to see you in court doing your thing. Awesome. Yeah. Get a speeding ticket. No, I'm just kidding. Mostly I'm doing contracts these days, guys. Let's see. Thank you. Not even trusting them with myself, right? Curtis Jones going back to the doctor. Let's go. Yes, and here surgery doctors are obsessed. Yeah, you guys, they just get more money. The more things they tell you to do, they get more money. The pay scale works that way. So insightful, bold, and beautiful. Thank you, Josh the man. Appreciate you. Doctor recommended 800 milligram ibuprofen for severe foot pain, and it works. Any herbs that might help us? White willow bark, 100% will do the same thing. It also thins your blood though too, so watch out. Doctors these days just peddle drugs that are killing us. Go in your yard and pick your cures. Thank you, Dingo. My entire family is anemic. Any suggestions on what to do, what to take? So you want to do copper water is actually super great for anemia, you guys. Super great for anemia. Gets the iron absorption in there. So if you're looking for a really easy like daily fix, copper water. But also like burdock root, dandelion, astragalus root are all great for anemia. Sorry, where's your hat from? It was just Amazon. I couldn't find it in the TikTok anything. I'll look and see if I can get one. Tony Steak, I have hypothyroidism. I would recommend, so colloidal copper is really good for that, of course. Copper is great in general, but I would also recommend getting a regular iodine intake through salt. Usually a lot of the thyroid issues I'm seeing in clients are like a lack of iodine intake via salt. They also tell you don't have iodine and don't have salt, so another thing. Any coffee alternatives? Mud water is fantastic. Mud water is a mix of mushrooms and a lot of good stuff, so I would recommend mud water. Oh no, I gotta go. Hi, I just joined. How do we tap into subconscious if I meditate and can't calm my mind? Step 1, calming your mind, focusing on one thought. So I'm definitely going to pick up on this tomorrow, you guys. I've got to go. If you're a sub, remember you're going to get all the notes in a quick video. I will do that later today, so you'll have all that. And then if you're not a sub, I will see you tomorrow to finish this off. I'm hoping we can continue and just kind of pick up where I left off. I'm into step 4, feel the reality of the scene. Step 5, maintain the feeling, okay? So that's where I'm going to be with it. I've really got to go. Let me just see, get a better job to afford to feed your family and keep them healthy. Oh, gosh. Go live. Can we talk about herbs? Definitely. Sometime. I'm in. Thank you. Brand new here, just a fan. How do you fix your kidneys? Hard to answer that one question. I highly recommend distilled water and lots of other good herbs we can talk about later. Dandelion leaves are great. Wait for cicadas. 2 breeds coming out this year. Okay. I can make you sneeze. Okay, guys, man, there's so many amazing comments. Thank you so much. First off, thank you. Appreciate you so much. Please subscribe if you have not subscribed, and we'll just do a quick breakdown that's not all my comments in between. People are like, why can't you just tell me what you said? Well, there's so many cool questions. I'm sorry. So if you want the breakdown and extra videos, please subscribe and check us out. If not, I will be doing a live again later today to do tincture, and then tomorrow morning I will get back on and we'll do another spiritual live. Check out my channel. It's fantastic, and GrahamFanFarm.com. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciated all of your engagement. Good luck and good health, guys. I'll see you next time.